All right, so now we need to create this reusable component for the logo. So just like we did before, I'm gonna go to components, create a new directory called UI. I'm gonna, everything, not caps, UI, just UI. And inside of here, I'm gonna add the first one. We're gonna get a few right now. We're gonna create a few on this project. Several UI components. You can call, instead of UI, you can call it maybe, I don't know, Minsk or Misk or utils. That's good too. So this one is gonna be icons. And I'm using a plural right here because you might have many icons on your application. In this case, I believe we can have one. But, it's always a good idea to create, a place where you're going to host all the icons. Okay. So this one, of course, since we need to return some React, I need to import React from React. All right. What else? We're going to use a link. So we need to import, open and close, and then link from React router DOM. So React router and DOM, and that's it. Now, we're going to use the Manchester City logo. If we go to resources and I go to logos, we have this Manchester City logo. I like the logo. So we're going to use it. So I'm going to import M City, something like this, logo, very simple, from open and close, // and then it's resources / images / Manchester City. Images. Logos. Then / and then of course Manchester City logos. There we go. Okay. So now again, like I told before, this file might host several logos or different type of functions or different code. So I'm gonna export this const called city logo. So whenever we include this piece of code from a different component, we just import the city logo and we're gonna get all the contents of this. So this city logo will be receiving some props. Okay. So now I'm gonna create a const, which is gonna be a template, just like this. It's just gonna be just a variable, all right? Okay. So this template will be returning something called logo. We're going to create it right now. Now, the thing is that sometimes maybe you want to import a logo and you want to bring the logo and maybe you want to skip the fact that this is a link. So maybe you don't want to return a link. You want to return something that's not clickable. So we always need to make the components, the reusable components, as versatile as we can. So I'm going to make a logic question right here, and I'm going to check if props that link, and we're going to be passing if it's a link or not as props. We're going to return something. If not, we're going to return something else. So what we return, I'm going to say return if this is not a link, is going to be whatever template we have right here. Okay. But if it's a link, we're going to return something else. So return, open and close. And what we will be returning is the link we are importing at the top, right? Makes sense. So link, let me make it right. There we go. Now this link, if you remember, we always need to. Where is that link is going to go? So I'm going to say to, open and close, and then I'm going to add props and then link to. And this is the prop we're going to be passing from the parent component. Okay. And inside of here, we're going to be returning whatever we have on the template. So pretty much we always return the template, but if we have a link, we return it in a link form. If not, we return just the template. Right. I'm going to be adding a class name right here, maybe link logo, something like that, link logo. And now we need to, of course, return this template. So first, I'm going to go to the header and include, bring this reusable component from the header. So at least we get that word with the link. So import, open and close. And if you remember, I believe I called it city logo. Yeah, city logo. Right. And then from .. UI / and then icons. Okay. So now I'm going to make a reference to city logo. Of course, we're going to get some errors because we are not passing props at all. We're going to be passing it right now. But at least we get, we get that logo. Okay. So now this city logo, if I go back to the icons, this one it's expecting a props that link. That's what makes the difference. So okay, so I'm going to go to header and I'm going to be passing some props on this city logo. So first we need a link to evaluate if this is true or not true. We can also do something like this. So if it's true, this one is going to be a link. And of course, we are adding, okay, so let's go back. In icons, this one, it's going to true. So we are returning this. But right now we have an error because we are not specifying the to property. Right now, the to, it's props that link to, and we are not passing that, that property. So I'm going to say link to, and it's going to go to home, right? Makes sense. So it's going to go to home. So now we're going to get this one right. So, okay, we get logo, and if I click, of course, I'm not going anywhere, but it's going to take us back to home. That's good. Okay, what else? So sometimes you're going to get a width and a height for the icons. So it kind of makes sense. So I'm going to go to icons, and this logo, instead of just returning this, I'm going to break it down and add some properties. First, I'm going to change the class name. So class name equals emg cover. So we can add that background cover. And then we're going to be passing stylings. So now what we do, I'm going to be passing a width, and we get it from props.width. And then of course we have a height, and we get it from props.height. All right. So now whenever we include a logo, since this is a reusable component, we need to pass the width and the height. And it, of course, maybe you're using it on the header, so you need a different width and height. So we pass a dynamic data, right? That's the idea of doing all of this. So we need to pass a width, and the width in this case is going to be 70 pixels. What else? We can add the height, and the height, it's going to be, again, a square image, 70 pixels. And okay, at least we get something. What else? We need to be passing, what else? I'm going to go to icons. So we have the width and the height. We need to be passing the background. In this case, I want the city logo. So I'm going to say background, open and close. I'm going to be passing some URL because we will need to use some template strings, and we use the mcity logo we are importing at the top. And then I'm going to say no repeat. This is just CSS repeat. All right. I need to add a comma right here. So now we have a dynamic width and height. And of course, this component is just for the city logo. So we return a div with the city logo. That's the idea. And I'm going to remove this and make it a little bit better. There we go. And if I reload the application, well, we get the Manchester City, we get the team, and the matches. This one should go to the right. So let me double check why it's in the left. Okay, I know. I'm sorry for this. It should be styles inside the header with the toolbar, style, and style. Of course, we were not using the flex property. So okay, we get the logo, and it is a link, and everything else, it's a link too. So very good. We go to the team, and if I click logo, we go back. So now whenever we want to add a logo with a link, or maybe without a link, we can always make reference to this city logo from icons, and that is it. We don't need to do all of this again. We just include it, and that is it. All right. So we're gonna do the footer right now. So I'm gonna go to header and footer and add a new file, and this one is gonna be footer. I'm doing it right now because the footer is really, really simple. So this one, a React stateless component, open and close. And I'm gonna change this, sorry, made a mistake, rename and capital F. Same thing right here, capital F. There we go. So now the footer, and if I check, let me remove this, the source tree. Maybe I can show you this later, why not? Right here at the bottom, we just get, a dark blue, the logo, and, the text. Really, really, really simple. So inside of here, instead of returning a div, I'm gonna return a footer. There we go. Let me make the change right here at the bottom. So this one will get a class name of BZK blue, pretty much what we did before, BZK blue. And we need to add the logo, so div, open and close, class name, and then footer logo. And right here, we're gonna do the same thing we did with the header, same exact thing. Import, we're gonna bring a city logo. Let me copy the name, city logo. And then from /UI/icons. Okay, so now, again, we just make a reference to city logo, open and close. I could make this self-closing tag. And then, of course, we need to pass the props. So if you remember, it is width. There we go. And the width for this one is going to be 70 pixels, just like the other one, same thing. Then the height, 70 pixels. We could pass the link. And this one is going to be linkable, so we're going to say true. And let me change to this, true. And the next one is going to be where it's going to go, where are we going to link it to. So link to equals home. And that is it. So after the city logo, the footer logo, I'm going to create a div with a class name of footer underscore and disclaimer, something like that. And of course, some dumb content. Manchester city, 2018, all rights reserved. The usual stuff. And if I go to the home, nothing happens because this one goes inside the layout. So I'm going to go to layout, import footer from /components /header and footer, and then the footer. Very good, real simple, easy stuff. So far, this is we know this footer. And the okay, so that's good. We are getting, and of course the footer, it's below the header because the header it's position fixed, so it's on top of everything. But we are getting the footer at least. All right. So in the next section, we're gonna start building pretty much everything that it's related to the home. First, we're gonna do the animations with this. And then we're going to move forward to the matches. And with the matches, we will need to create a Firebase account, create a database, and get it from Firebase. We are not going to use a dummy database. So, okay. So let's go to the next section and start the featured.